Hello everyone, now I will tell you the recap of the movie, Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets, in which two special agents of the space station must protect the city from a mysterious dark force that threatens not only its existence but also the future of the universe. On the edge of the galaxy, on the paradise planet Mule, its inhabitants of pearls live a simple, carefree life. They collect energy pearls, multiply them with the help of unusual converter animals and then return them to the bosom of nature. One day all this comes to an end. A merciless space battle breaks out in orbit, the Emperor and several inhabitants escape by hiding in the wreckage of a spaceship, but his daughter remains outside. She turns into a clot of cosmic energy a second before the explosion destroys the entire planet. The special agent of the United Human Federation, Major Valerian, wakes up on a sunbed in a holographic cabin for rest. It turns out that he dreamed all this and his colleague, meanwhile, Sergeant Lorelin, is offended by the fact that he forgot about her birthday. The hero asks the artificial intelligence of the spacecraft to analyze his vivid dream and reports that the dream is not an invention of the Valerian brain, but this is information that came from the outside, perhaps not even from this time. A ship with heroes on board flies out of exospace over the planet Kyrian. The Minister of the United Human Federation gets in touch and issues a task. Special agents must steal a converter animal, the last creature of its species, then deliver it to Alpha. These little animals are incredibly valuable, as they can duplicate any items. The heroes team up with Kyrian agents. The team gets into transport and heads to the Great Market, where, according to the information, the transaction for the purchase of the animal should take place. Valerian studies the map of the market, which is in another dimension, then activates a special helmet and then, mixing with a group of tourists, enters the location. Meanwhile, Sergeant Lorelin with agents stops at the wall. Saboteurs burn holes in the wall and then a girl with a transbox to move things between dimensions passes into the territory. Valerian meets with the messenger and takes his transbox, in which he hides the blaster and then activates the invisibility. He finds the right store where he turns illegal transactions. Cyrus is a pirate and a criminal. The buyers of the animal are the inhabitants of the very planet Mule from the beginning of the film and they want to exchange it for an energy pearl. Cyrus is expected to be unscrupulous. He decides to take the payment for himself, leaving himself a magical animal. Agent Valerian intervenes in the case, who takes the converter, transfers his partner to the usual dimension through transbox. In addition, he takes away the energy pearl from the enraged criminal merchant. The guards try to detain the hero, but his partner Lorelin pulls Valerian into the usual dimension in the last seconds. Cyrus releases a fast and deadly animal in pursuit. The pet climbs onto the roof of the hero's transport and opens it like a tin can. Valerian and Lorelin call their ship to the damaged transport and jump into it at full speed, after which they are carried away from the planet at all speeds. Valerian gives artificial intelligence to analyze the pearls stolen from Cyrus and the computer reports that this small ball has 10 times more energy than the entire ship, then adds that the artifact comes from the planet Mule, which was destroyed 30 years ago. The hero wants to know more about this planet because it appeared in his dream. However, access to information is closed. The ship comes out of exospaces right at the Alpha. This is a former space station that for 500 years has moved away from the Earth for more than 1 billion kilometers and was filled with representatives of several thousand alien races from all over the universe. Its second name is the City of 1,000 Planets. The heroes receive a new task, together with Commander Arun, to penetrate the radioactive zone in the center of the Alpha, which was formed a year ago and continues to grow, threatening the existence of a huge station. The commander speaks at the council on behalf of the Human Federation, talking about the danger that has arisen in the City of 1,000 Planets. Suddenly an alarm appears in the sector as unknown creatures have entered the location. The wall of the council chamber explodes and then pearls enter through the breach. Inhabitants of the lost planet Mule armed with non-lethal weapons firing sticky nets, after which they take with them the shackled Commander Arun. Valerian gets out of the sticky shackles with the help of a microrobot. Then frees his partner Lorelin and gives her the order to track the pearls from the control center, and he goes in pursuit. The hero activates a combat suit that breaks through walls, passes through several residential sectors, gets into his ship and pursues pearls. After the release of the rocket, the fugitive ship is divided into many separate capsules, one of which contains the commander. Valerian transfers to a small spaceship and continues the chase. catching the capsule with a harpoon. Lorelin tells General Octo that the whole story with the supposedly dangerous inhabitants of the planet Mule looks like a setup, because during the assault they used sticky soporific nets that did not harm any of those present in the council chamber. The general forbids the heroine to follow Valerian. But Lorelin constrains the guards with their own handcuffs and goes in search of a partner. Going down to a water location on an old bathyscaphe, she steals a brain jellyfish from the back of a huge Bromosaurus, then, putting it on his head, tracks the whereabouts of a colleague. The heroine with a converter in a portable box enters the red zone and finds a wounded Valerian. They guess that the Pearls kidnapped Commander Arun because they thought that the animal was with him. Suddenly, Lorelin is stolen by aliens and taken to the area of the Alley of Bliss to be taken into slavery. Valerian persuades the dancer, Bubble, to change her appearance to help him get into the lair of his partner's kidnappers. Valerian in the disguise of Bubble sees that Lorelin is not intended for the role of the slave of the alien emperor, and as a dessert, he starts a fight killing the leader and several guards, and after which the heroes successfully escape. However, Bubble is dying. The Minister of the United Human Federation appoints Octo as the head of the operation to rescue Commander Arun. The general gets access to data on the planet Mule from which he learns that it was destroyed during the war. However, it was marked as uninhabited. But the name of the head of the operation because of which the Mule disappeared from the galactic map is classified. The heroes move to the radioactive zone, and at the same time a special forces detachment with combat robots is sent there with them. Valerian says that the whole operation to eliminate the supposedly dangerous zone is a hoax and there is no radiation at all. They meet with Pearls, and their emperor says that his daughter, the princess, turned into an energy wave before her death, chose Valerian as the guardian of her soul. Pearls remember that their planet was a paradise and they lived quietly in complete harmony with nature. Once a space battle broke out over their planet, during which people used super-powerful weapons that destroyed not only the enemy's huge flagship, but also their planet. After the explosion of the planet, the remnants of civilization traveled aboard a dilapidated ship of Earthlings, which for many years had been studied and restored. Space merchants picked up their hideout and sold it as a building material for the continuously growing Alpha, the cities of thousands of planets. The Pearls quietly settled here and accumulated knowledge of all civilizations, and then built a device that allows you to recreate a copy of the planet Mule. They only lack a converter and a Pearl because it will take a huge amount of energy. Pearls awaken Commander Arun and he says that he took part in the battle 30 years ago, but however, according to the Mule was uninhabited. Valerian and Lorelin do not believe Arun that he did not know that there are inhabitants on the planet. They say that this whole operation to clean up the supposedly infected area is an attempt to remove the surviving witnesses of his terrible crime. Valerian returns the Pearl to the Pearls and the Lorelin converter. The animal multiplies Pearls by activating the Pearl spaceship and the device for the revival of the planet Mule. The operation to clean up the red zone begins, but at this time General Octo learns that no signs of radiation or contamination have been found there. The heroes get in touch with the headquarters of the United Human Federation and tell the truth about the destruction of the planet Mule and demands the cancellation of the operation. Commander Arun gives a voice order to combat robots to start the timer in the planted explosives and then destroy all witnesses, including his own special forces. However, the Pearl ship manages to leave the red zone and the Alpha megastation at the last second before the explosion. The surviving military find Commander Arun and arrest him. Meanwhile, the Pearls leave the ancient shuttle with heroes who have long fallen in love with each other near the planet where they plan to spend their vacation. Valerian wishes Lorelin a happy birthday and gives her a ring with an energy pearl instead of a diamond, then asks to become his wife.